Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming weekend and big changes coming not only for the Midwest, but also those of you potentially down into the Southeast. But that's not going to happen right away. What's going to be happening is that very warm conditions, this is on your Friday, will exist throughout most of the eastern third of the country. Temperatures now, again, are going to be above normal, but normal temperatures, that's all relative because right now normal highs are in the middle 70s right here in the Ohio Valley with low time temperatures down into the 50s, and that's very comfortable. So for a few degrees above that, it's still going to be pretty darn nice across most of the country. This is on our Friday. Couple clouds there in the Appalachians that's causing some cooler temperatures there for you. Saturday, notice what happens again, still pretty warm, but what I want to show you now, take a look at what's going on right there. That's a cold front. Watch what happens here on Sunday. It's starting to really start pushing its way towards the east. Now again, this is Sunday, still going to be fairly warm across most of the Midwest, stretching down towards the southeast, but notice the colder weather that's kind of draining down into the Rockies. And that's going to kick off some snow for those of you in the higher elevations of the Rockies. So that's something to keep in mind. Now let's jump right to Wednesday. Look what happens. That cold front pushes its way through. Temperatures near normal, even below normal across the Great Lakes and out into the Central Plains. That's starting to work its way even down into Texas. But those of you down in the south, still pretty warm. But I think that's going to be changing. In fact, take a look what's going to happen there by a week from Saturday now. That cold air moves its way down into the southeast. This is also going to reflect a lot of clouds and rain there for you down into the southeast. But then we start warming up a little bit. So the bottom line is this weekend is going to be warm across most of the country, at least the eastern half of the country. And then we cool down by middle of next week, and then we'll warm back up again a week from this weekend. I hope that kind of makes sense. Now, precipitation-wise, it's not going to change much. Wet down along Florida and the Gulf Coast, dry right here for our Friday, and that's that energy out into the Rockies. By Saturday, again, that could be that snow that's out into the Rockies, still wet along the southeast, but still dry right here in the Midwest. Sunday, still pretty dry. So again, a dry, nice and warm fall-like weekend for us right here in the Midwest. But there's that rain down into the southeast. It's going to be very, very wet for you. But there's that cold front now starting to get itself organized. And there could be some severe weather next week associated with that front. We will have to keep an eye on it. By next Wednesday, there's that arcing front that you can see here. The rain pushes its way out into the southwest, but very wet ahead of it, and it could be some storms associated with it. Now, keep that in mind. We are dry here in the Midwest, so we certainly do need that rain. Still wet down in the southeast. And then by next Saturday, you see the rain again down in the southeast. We dry out as we warm up a little bit. It's going to be great here for college football in the Midwest. So there you have it. Enjoy the upcoming weekend, but also look forward to the cooling trend for next week. I'm George, the Weather Dad.